Hello everyone, my name is Kerm and I am participating in the Ludum 59 Game Jam. I have a small group, one does music, one does programming, and I do most of the art assets. So this is what we probably doing for the entire weekend. We have the concept of a space vinyl store where you capture signals from stars and burn them onto records for your customers to enjoy. All right. Now, basically, that's the whole concept, and I already started creating some assets for the vinyls and records or covers. Yeah, let me just show you now. Unity, okay. Set me. Alright. Here we. Where am I? There I am. Alright. Okay. So, this is just a basic scene setup. But I have already created some low poly pixel arty models for vinyls and also covers. Currently I am designing the shop interior. We kind of have a bit of a conflict. We want to do like a 3D environment but don't allow you to move the camera that much. We want to build for Web 5, so that's gonna be a bit of a challenge, since it limits the things you can do, but I think we'll manage. Like, it might not perform the best, but yeah. Oh, the theme is signal, and that's why we're capturing the signal of the suns and turning them into some rad tunes. Okay. So, to Blender we go. Alright. Oh, and in the bottom corner next to me, you can see the timer that is remaining for the entire game jam. Okay, you can hear my... yeah. Everything's working great. So, I'm doing my usual pixel arty, low poly style. And yeah. Plus 2. Alright, so we then have 3 pixels of lighting element. I thought basically we have a wall where everything's covered in like shelves on the wall, and then also place some like displays in front of it. which also hold vinyls, and then you basically have a counter where in front of your character you have a counter where then the 2D sprite customers come to you, ask for a song of their homeworld, and then you can turn and capture what you think is the correct song. Then they will pay you depending on how well you did. And the total number after some customers is your score. Since it's a jam game, it's supposed to be pretty simple. Alright. Yeah. And we have a standard URP setup, which might not mesh well with the good old what's it called? The good old Web 5, but that's only an optional target. We want to do Web 5 because last time we participated, a lot of the highly played ones were Web 5 because it's just so accessible. You just open the itch or Ludum Dare page and then you can play it, which I think is better than trying to download a large zip of a Unity game. But we'll see how that works out. Okay, we definitely need a vertical element to separate it. Do we do that now? No, I'm gonna finish the wall first. Okay, the idea is somewhat simple back wall, kind of dilapidated, a sci-fi-ish lighting system, and then we have a window on top of that to see the stars. Alright. So, to Blender. Now, I think this works out well. Thinking. What's the UV scale we want to go for? 32 pixels by meter. So we need a 128 by 128 texture. Okay, then I can... Do we unceremoniously go into the ceiling? Yeah, I can then bend the details around it a bit. Okay, then I'm just gonna push this one up until the position is at 3 meters. Does that fit? 2.8. I think that's better. Yeah. Now, it would be great if everything was in one texture. So, I think I'm gonna, yeah, place it somewhere here. I want to do like kind of a square. Whoop. You're not supposed to be here. Yes. To kind of get a square window and have like diagonals here and here to make it look spacey. Alright. And then we can get texturing. Well, no, UV unwrapping. Okay. 2A sprite. Neo 1 to 8. 1 to 8. Okay. This is meant to be 64 by 64. There we go. So main wall, then 2 pixels, then 1 pixel, then voxels, more likely. 1, 2, and 2.8 times 32 is... Ugh. Yeah, that doesn't quite line up. So... in Blender... I think it's cozier if we have a lower ceiling, so... 275. Yeah, barely any difference. Okay, nice. Then 88. All right. Ah, right. It's a reverse. 40. Okay. I think it's 39 because it's it starts with a 0 row. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is currently the layout for this. And we can start to do some unwrapping. Yippee yay. Okay, I'm gonna save this as this. Nope. You are this. Okay, but I could require some more relaxing music. There we go. Wall 0. Okay. So now I have it checked out. I saved it, and then match open. textures was 0 of an image. There we go. I do want some grid snapping. Okay, pretty interesting. Whoa. Okay. Not free. Nope. Give me. Okay. That worked out. Okay, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh no, I do not want to separate you. I want to split you. There you go. Now then. Okay, then I can preview inside of Unity. That's the material. Textures, this wall. You are pixel art. Right. And I want to avoid transparency at all costs, so I'm gonna cut out it with geometry. The window, I mean. So the poor Web 5 doesn't have to deal with that much transparency, although we do have some particle effects floating around. We'll see. Okay. You are... Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna edit this texture a bit so I can actually see if they're the correct way. Basically, I'm just gonna place a pixel everywhere here. And then I can see if it's the correct direction. Here, with the big ones, I should notice if it's stretched. But yeah. Okay, you're right way up. Great. Then I will... Wait. Did I forget the... insides. Yes, I did. Good. You go up 2. Wait, no. Go down 1. Oh, I thought I had a line too. I'm just using this as a guide to see if the pixels are square and my UVs are good or acceptable. Which is pretty important if you're doing like low poly pixel art. Then you actually have to pay attention to pixel scale, because otherwise it would look pretty bad pretty quickly. Good sip of coffee. Okay. Okay, some more Mina music. Okay. Yeah. Back to UVs. You don't edit UVs in Unity, you add UVs in Blender. 3. Okay. Split. Thank you. It's a bit awkward. Come on. Grid. Thank you. And split. Press save. Take a look if we need to rotate it. What in the fuck is that? Uh-oh. Why I am being... Are there multiple faces there? What if material, image texture, closest. Okay, I think... we might have this turned around a bit. Okay, now you're normal. That was weird, probably because it was stretched so extremely it got kind of confused. Hopefully. Well, not hopefully. Okay. Now, more UV unwrapping, my favorite in the whole entire world. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. But yeah, the basic concept is that we put out the shop while my teammates are both working on the code and the music. There is a third teammate which has some other responsibilities, so I hope he can join us today or tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm gonna try and stream for a longer time today. Not my usual 2 hours. I mean, usual. I only streamed like 2 times. And then we can... anyway. So the idea is, which I learned from my last time participating, try to get it done in 2 days. So basically compo, and then playtest a bunch, play with that with everyone. If I get some more views onto them, then maybe we can playtest together. Okay, that also works. Then split selection. Okay, these little artifacts from my extrusion are not awesome. Unwrap. Well, okay. you want to be big, apparently. I'm just gonna do it this way. Okay, this one. Okay, making good progress. Oh, weird. Yeah, this one. I knew there was something under there. So basically my preparation for this game jam was just shopping. I bought a lot of stuff so I can sit here all weekend or Monday to work on this game. This is my second game jam. Last time we got pretty high grades. We got 37th in mood. It was a horror, more like spooky puzzle game. Oh boy. And yeah, it was quite well received. So now, of course, our goal is to outshine it, which probably won't happen, to be honest. But it's okay to dream, right? Yeah. But I did realize how important voting early is. So I want to do that, and I probably want to do that with the stream. Yeah, you look stretched. This is probably why. Right? Ah, yeah, this way flipped. Oh, no. Yeah, also this way flipped. Okay. So, now that we have this basic layout, Yeah. I am thinking, do we texture now? Or do we continue modeling? This is quite a challenge. Hmm. Coffee time. I actually wanted to make a counter how many coffees I consume during this entire jam. But I don't think I want to know that answer, to be honest. Well, I could have moved my coffee machine right next to me, so I wouldn't have to stand up. Well, probably standing up in that case is a good idea. So I get at least some movement during the next 59 hours. Yeah. But okay. I'm kind of thinking of doing like a pillar design right here. And then a pillar up here. And then we can texture, because then we don't have to texture the parts that are covered by the pillars. Okay. Now then, we have our lovely wall. We can load the PNG again. Here as well. I'm gonna do that before I cut out the window, so I just can ease my way into it. Like, I think the more complicated models, like the record recorder and signal scope we have in mind, could be a bit more complex and might also include some rigging. So yeah, that might also be exciting. I want a cube. A big cube. Alright. How big should this be? Well, you already come with these. That's great. I'm not going to use them. All right. I think I'm gonna make 4 pixels wide, so minus 2 divided by 2. This my workflow usually also included working with Unity's Pro Builder, but I'm actually trying to move my workflow entirely to Blender, just because, like, 2 modeling programs and then the exporting and moving around the stuff, it's kind of annoying. So I'm basically just trying. Oh, whoop, ooh, crazy. 4.75. Yippee! Ah! Of course, the clipping. Well, could have seen that coming. I think then we just gonna move 5 64. Oh no, I don't want to move. What do? No, I want to move the edge. Just so I have 5 pixels on each side. So I avoid this clipping right here. I want the edges, yes. Yes, that. Oops, minus. Okay. It's a bit thicker than I want, but it's a jam. You are going to hear that a lot this weekend. Like, I was very defendant during our idea collecting sessions to try to keep the scope manageable, which is extra hard because last time we did so well, so we felt kind of invincible, but we don't want to fall into that trap. I do not need those faces. You. Okay. And rotate 90 degrees. And then we can move here and just do all this, I think this might be a problem. Which I just noticed because of course our pixels aren't the same size. Yeah, I need to subtract more pixels. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Well, is it 6? Whoa. Self jump scare. Reload this. Oh no, it's way bigger. Oh, I think we had it right. Either way, I shouldn't care. It's a gem. Alright. But we need to subtract 6 from here. Stuff. And then 88. And 5. I think we're even too short. What gives? This is kind of reminding me of the work I'm currently doing on my main game, and I do not appreciate it. But I think we can look forward to doing all the covers for the record CDs. Vinyls, and make them look awesome. Yes, that's gonna be cool. And also designing all the sun's signals we are catching. To be honest, I realize I don't need the back one, but maybe we separate them and then turn them around to get more options, which we probably don't need, but it's honestly nice to have. I need to do a better music selection for tomorrow. Which I can do before I go to sleep. You don't not like this interval, right? So you should fit now perfectly, yes. You I need to struggle with. Here. Try. Remove you. Yes, there we are. Okay. And then I only need to do one side because then we can tile it this way. As we can see in... Oh, I moved everything away. -4. Yes. It's already looking like something. Oh, and you guys can also be static. Ah, you are the default material. That's why I shine. Okay. No, it's actually a good idea. So the these purple sides are both the inside sides, so I can make a half pixel to approximate a shadow over there, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, pretty good progress. I will be back in like a few minutes. I'm gonna make more coffee and yeah, then I'm back. See ya. Soon. Boom, I'm back. Alright. Now, where we at? Okay, so we basically have the wall pillars and then the walls. I think we're gonna need a pillar up top, like we set the camera to a human height, and the shop is pretty small. Oh. Oh, the scale of this thing is way off, so that's why I was confused. Okay. Okay. Like this. This. Rotate. Rotate. Or do we want a more... Do we want more depth? I think this works for now. Yo. Yeah, I'm gonna need a new playlist. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty good already. Like if we have like a counter down here. We can also rotate the camera a bit so it feels more natural, so it don't look straight onto the wall. Yeah. I'm currently thinking the best way to do the windows, but I think first I'm gonna do a bar up here to encapsulate off the wall piece. All right. Also drinking some water. So, making sure I'm not living too unhealthy. What is the best way to like encapsulate this wall piece? Okay, and it's probably gonna be a cube. And you are going to be 3. Right, 172. Oh, minus. And then we have 2. No. Minus. Okay. And you can be deleted. Oh. It's you. Shift X. Oh. Shift Y. Z. You are gonna be too tall. Ah. Yes. Then I'm gonna Maxim. Then oh. Yes, exactly what I wanted. And we have here green 64 by 6. Oh. Brighter green. Okay, so now we have our guidelines for the UVs. So I can what self jump scare? How do I place it? Yes. This is 2.5. Load you. Yes, it works. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think I'm just gonna start texturing and yeah, I think it's best to start texturing now and then do the window later. Yeah, so we have a better idea how the vibe is, and maybe we need to change something, and I don't want to change the window ever. Alright. Texturing. You are my light color. Brush. Next. This is basically the lighting element. Which I think this might be a bit much. So if we leave out every second, just make them bigger, maybe? I'm thinking to put bloom on this thing. Where the fuck is it? Oh, uh-oh. Set origin to precursor safe. Okay. Yes. Huh? Oh. You're off by one. The best kinds of errors. Okay. Yeah, I think this is too much. One, two. Like this, maybe? It's still a bit busy, but I think it will get better when I insert the metal around it. Okay. And since we're not doing shadows, I'm gonna have to paint them into the texture myself. Yes. Just looking something up. Okay. Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna start with these metal parts. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I have to remember these are on their side. I always like this as a starting tone. Okay, I'm gonna first do... This is a shadow. And this is a shadow. Okay. And everything else. Do not override my beautiful, beautiful lights. Which I'm gonna put some noise in, but for now it works. Yeah, and we want to look... It should be a lived-in space, so we kind of want to bring back, since, I mean, who is gonna use vinyls in space? So it's gonna be like kind of retro and underground and old, in quotations, for the connoisseurs. But I don't like how dark that is. So I'm basically gonna... this is the shadow. And... I'm gonna pick a stronger highlight. This is basically for the edges. Just trying to create some detail. You there as well. I mean, to be honest, I could have just built this out of voxels and I wouldn't have been suffering through the UV process. But you don't know when you might use the one, and this is definitely way cheaper on polygons. So yeah. And then my good old trick, I select the color, magic selected, pick the color, and then just slightly push it. Then I'm gonna use the spray tool and just give it some nice texture. Okay. Yes. I'm also gonna use this one, spits more dark, and try to paint in a bit of shadow over here. Yes. I think since this is recessed, we can make this a bit darker. So... this one. Bit lighter. Select. And then jumbo. I'm just gonna put in some highlights and maybe some rust. Something like this. And have some dark, flaky spots around there. Oh, you won't see that even. So I'm gonna move that over here. Okay. And also some slight bit of definition in the shadows. Let's spray it. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. It's pretty detailed, actually. We could get away with more, but I think this could also be a wow factor. we just try to work with seated human. Or humanoid, at least. So I have less stuff to worry about. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna do the top part. Oh, I could just try and do the emission map first. It will be pretty easy. Duplicate. Save as. Emission. And then I'm just gonna make everything black except for the white parts. Come on, dude. Okay. And so the old school album, so there is no intermission and all. But I think that's actually pretty good inspiration for our music. But I don't know. Someone else is doing the music, so I wonder what we shall find. I think we are. Oh, and the most important part, continuous is off. So you select all appearances of the color, and then white. Go a bit down, and then you have some brightness variation in your lights. War 0, you have emission, you have wall 0E, and I'm gonna give you some space. Just a little bit go. Then the texture needs to be also mixed out. Yes. I think I might move these outer lights in a bit. And they seem kind of close to the edge there. But I already really like it. Just gonna move it 1 pixel for now. You Alright. Aslik. And then move. Wait. Now this. Six. It's 8. Six. Okay. Just to move it a bit more to the center. Get moved. Get moved. Actually, I don't have to do the black pixel since alpha value makes it black, but I like it more complete that way. Oh. Save and save. Yes. Now then, let's do the metal for the upper part, which might get covered by the ceiling. Yes. So. Yeah. Let's do this. I'm gonna start with the edges first so I can remember where they are. So I'll just do highlights like this. Whoop. I learned actually most of my texturing by painting miniature models, and that's usually like base tone is great, then a highlight, and then you shade, so darken. Usually the shade comes for the highlight, so the highlight really punches through, but yeah. We have the highlight. I'm wasting a bit of time by doing all 4 sides of the cube. But as a long-standing asset, it's more useful to have it like that. Alright, I'm gonna place a few chipped rust spots over there and over here. And also add some highlights in here. To kind of get that chipped look. This one in as well. A bit more liberty with the application here. And then the bass tones. Let's see how that looks for now. Oh yeah. Let's not forget the edge here. And then what face are you? Okay, you're the first. That's good. Because we're gonna probably need the shadow from the ceiling. And it's good to know which face that is on. Whoop. And some chipping here and there. Highlights. Now, oh. Maybe also add some dark spots. Well, not that dark. how does this look like? Okay, with Rust I have to be careful. Yeah, but I think that's fine. Oh. God damn it. You're way over there. Maybe get some stuff running down a bit. Great. Okay. I do have a bit of an ulterior motive when being this detailed about this model. Maybe I can reuse this for my actual full-time project game. So maybe there's an asset of you that I can use there, which would definitely be like I think I'm gonna do some cables and some pipes, some AC units later, which can be reused, appropriated, self-stolen, as one might say. God damn it. Basically, I just added the shells where we determined they would be. And now I'm trying to find the high line where the walls meet the top there. Okay, a few pixels up. Why are you red on the side? Ah. And the idea is the metal is pretty dark and warm, and then we have a brighter main wall, and then we put up all these little records. Onto the wall on some shelves. Which I think will look Awesome. Yeah, I think we're gonna use bigger cuts so we can fill more of the space. And then we have a display box underneath with more records. Okay. The new record will be also too. And then on the final day, where we can do more detailed, like put some decoration so the space feels lived in, or more, yeah, shopped in. Okay. Ah, come on, 1 pixel higher. Up. You. Okay. We have our first level of highlights. Well, I think it's fine, because then we can just switch the faces of the textures for the alternate version. Basically just switch around these parts and replace this one, and then it's a whole unique look. And yes, I'm getting lazier. And my last secret weapon that we could try in the end, add a little gradient of violet, or like a deep purple, from bottom to transparent top. This also gives it a nice punch, since naturally shadows fall low. It could look pretty neat. I'm also looking forward to doing some drawings for the aids that we might have as our customers, or maybe humans. Maybe. All in all, I think it's a very fun project. We had some more ideas, but like infrastructure for a evil space empire, since usually goods travel slower than light, so your job was to do the communication so all the right vessels appear where they should be, or where they are required. And yeah, but my friend Suki came up with this idea, and since we have this time the first opportunity to have a musician to make custom music for us, the idea of the vinyl shop was pretty great. And I think also in the current happy political climate, the option of doing something more peaceful is quite honorable. All right. I think I'm gonna do the rust spots last. First now, let me fill in the blanks. Well, this one doesn't matter up top there. Then I can... Okay, this is getting quite dangerous since they're so close to each other, but I mean... Why are you like this? Yes. Let's have a look in game. All right. Yes, that works. Why are you doing the red lines there? Huh. An interesting phenomenon. add some of those dark spots. And some rust seed points. Okay. Well, I think it needs some more of this up here. Let's completely seem to ignore that part. Alright. Also break up the shadows a bit so they aren't so stark. Later we might distribute some bolts or something, but I think this right now looks pretty good in my opinion. I think I have a new idea. That instead of a ceiling, since I think we have so much room up here, depending on the camera angle, which isn't fixed yet, but we could do like a curved or diagonal roof with like windows inside, like one of those ceiling lights or skylights, or like arboretums that kind of give you a view into the night sky or space sky. So I think we can do the wall now. I think the lights are a bit too bright for me. So, but I'm gonna lower their base. Whoa, self jump scare. Oh yeah, by the way, my avatar is driven entirely by Unity, so it's just a Unity game technically I made that already auto moves my custom avatar. But I'm actually thinking of upgrading to a 3D one, which will be an interesting task because I will have to learn character modeling. Like, I can do this, but character modeling is scary. But I already did my first rig and moved it with some procedural animation and it looked quite alright. So, honestly, I'm pretty excited to try more of it. Give me my low default patterns. So, now that weird red stuff should stop, right? Well, I think it's this corner that has some UV problem probably. But since we're not gonna use that, I can just extend it this way. And then there should be no problems. And this one doesn't touch anything, so. Is it fixed? Yes! Okay, it's a UV issue. Let's investigate. Okay, it's a Unity floating point issue. Awesome. Good that we got our first Unity problem out of the way. Is that too spacey? Oh. From the outside right now, there is sun and rain at the same time. I love Hamburg. I shall banish you to the A sprite view for now. And I shall communicate with my colleagues. Okay, the council has decided. We will do a warmer wall color. I think a more deeper orange. It can be less bright. Since it's only the backdrop, and we will have mostly vinyl covers in front of it. But maybe I can also change the wall lights. Nice. Only red. Alright. You know, I already know what it is. This one. I think that's a bit too much. Like too strong. Maybe if I doesn't like redo the situation. I think this is fuck. Wait, what if I try this? This. Opacity way down. Yes, I know. Ah! Yeah, yeah. Alright. But I think if we're done, I think that is actually a great idea to make it more cozy. Yeah, it looks pretty flat now. But we always have that in our back pocket. Okay. Then let's do some dirt. Oh. Our game will be cozy as fuck, hopefully. Alright. I have to lower it by 3 pixels. Yes, alright. And then make the shadows a bit darker. With the usual trick. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Then brilliant. do. Gradient. The more basically gets the better. Yes. Okay then. Oh, no. I also want to cover you. So this will mean we need to save in sprite format instead of PNG. I think it will look awesome. I learned this trick from Pixel Architect, who does great 2D pixel art. Was the Chef RPG, I think it's called. Yeah, I should have. I could place this on top. Yes. Blender. View. View. Okay, yes. Yes. Really surprised that there is some orange right here. that just means I have to do a 1. Yes. Yeah. I see you fine. Oh. You get extended by 1. Shift there. Let's do like rich purple, radiant. Oh, radiant. All right. Sailors. Expert. Wow. Now that looks cozy as fuck, I would say. Uh-huh. All right. Then maybe the next task is a nice floor texture. I have made one before, so I will have to look for it. Yeah. I shall banish you to the normal camp. And I am gonna take a look where the fuck I left my wood texture. Alright. I found it, but I'm only gonna use it as a palette. Yes. New. Join me in the blue void. The double blue void. And here. So now you want it to be a 2-meter texture, so 64, 64. Now. Line. Boop. Well, I'm gonna do this little double thingy. So. I actually need to add my wood colors. I mean, I have 2 here, but they aren't all of the wood colors to my palette. Oh gosh! God damn it. of stuff here. So then I'm gonna make a big one here. Alright. Just trying to make some wood. Alright. This can be straight to PNG. And since when did you decide to do Ultra Kill? My dear YouTube Music. You know what? You get my old YouTube music. A little bit more relaxing. Floor 0. Although I do expect there won't be a second floor. So then... no, I don't need to make a model for that. I can just copy. Well, I shouldn't have done the emission one. You know. Okay. Then you also pixel art. The object plane set. I think it's seems yes. Basically, my other guys are working on the programming bit, so they have another scene, and I'm just modeling in the scene. So basically I have free reign and we are not running into any conflicts and everything is happy for everyone. And then I'm just gonna bake everything into a... I should have before texturing, before duplicating picture the thing. But I do not like your floating point precision. Textures. You do not repeat, you mirror. Alright. So I just basically do one big prefab of the entire scene that I'm currently modeling, and then it's done. And we are not running into conflicts. Did it mess up the scale? Ah, yes, it needs to be 64 by 64. Oh, no, just because I have such big gaps, it looks like that. Okay, yeah. Alright. Well, then I can do the dark spots. You already know what it is. It's the noise part. Although the wood grain I will do manually, because it looks better that way. And it's more readable as wood grain as well. Yes. Okay. And then we can, after this little bit, I'm gonna be away for a few hours. I will make food, and then I can return and continue. I was once better at this. Because, indeed, I am building up quite a hunger. Everything can be refined later if we have time. How does it look? Alright, pretty neat. Do not forget to stretch. Ah. Okay. Let's do this Texas style. And pick a pattern we like and copy it. Oh, wait, no. Also, the ingested coffee count is now at 3. And basically, like, we're gonna use a trick similar to the gradient one, where we then select one of these squares and darken it with a little bit of probably dark purple also, and we can have then different layers of darkening, so it doesn't look as uniform. We could also mix more colors, but I think the limited palette actually works for us pretty well. How does it look? Good, 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 good. Some color and also a lot of defaults. Oh, yeah, it's a job that has to be done. Alright. Texturing is awesome. Texturing is cool. I'm texturing my heart out. Okay. Now it's my favorite part of texturing, stealing. Sadly, the human brain is really good at recognizing patterns. So repetition is easily spotted. But we can outsmart it somewhat. You are a almost dangerous windmill. So, what am I gonna do for dinner? I have some frozen stuff or some tortellini which we could cook. Progress, good progress. All right. Now, the secret step. Pig, very dark purple. Lower the opacity. Solid boxes. Oh wow. Lower the opacity way more. Yes. this opacity. Alright. Alright. Yes. Alright. And that it. Only one of me, please. Then that is it for now. I will probably return in like 2 hours and continue working. But now I've earned a little break. Thank you guys.